Sandra Velasquez is the Chicana founder of Nopalera, a modern Mexican beauty and lifestyle brand. She launched the company during the pandemic from her Brooklyn apartment with no outside funding while working 3 jobs and raising her daughter. Nopalera is sold in hundreds of retailers nationwide, as well as Mexico, Australia, and the Middle East. Velasquez appeared on Shark Tank in 2023, where she turned down 2 offers. When she's not at work, she enjoys traveling. Welcome, Sandra.
Muy buenas tardes. Just so you know, I also expect a standing ovation after my speech. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. No, that was amazing. That was amazing. Tough act to follow. Okay, here we go. I am the daughter of a Mexican immigrant mother and a Chicano farm worker who instilled a strong sense of cultural pride in me and my sister, which I have celebrated in all of my endeavors. I was raised in San Diego, just 15 minutes from the border, where Mexican and Mexican-American cultures are a fully integrated way of life. Growing up in that environment shaped my bicultural identity, allowing me to move between worlds while feeling deeply rooted in both. My parents, Lilia and Luis Velasquez, modeled courage, resilience, and a deep commitment to justice. From an early age, they encouraged me to use my voice and stand up for what was right. My mother was in law school when I was born, and my father was a homicide detective. I was surrounded by purpose, discipline, and conviction. Needless to say, I got away with nothing. As a child, I accompanied my mother to her community mobilization activities. She would become a prominent immigration attorney and human rights activist. My first job at age 15 was in her law office, answering phones and assisting political asylum candidates fill out forms and escorting them to their INS appointments down the block. I saw things in those offices that I cannot unsee. I was a child of the 80s, and I grew up watching TV shows like Fame. You guys remember this? I want to live forever. The idea of artistic freedom appealed to me greatly. I had been playing piano since the age of 5, a privilege my parents afforded me that they never had. I owned the making of We Are the World on beta cassette. My young mind was inspired by the idea that if you could be a successful musician, you could use that for good, to make the world a better place. Art could make a difference. And concerts like Live Aid that brought thousands of people together felt like the perfect mix of artistic freedom and impact. My high school teacher had us write a letter to ourselves in 10 years, declaring who we would become. And she said she would mail it to us in 10 years. And she did. Of course, I wrote that I wanted to grow up to be a famous musician so that I could play benefit concerts too. When I auditioned for music school in Los Angeles, I was rejected the first time. I went home, I practiced for a year, tried again, and I got in. And so began my journey of building my rejection muscle, a skill I would need later as an entrepreneur. After music school in Los Angeles, I moved straight to New York City to build my music career, just like in Fame. I decided my band would sing in Spanish, have accordion instead of lead guitar, and the lyrics would be socially conscious. We released 3 studio albums and toured all over the world, including right here at La Villita in San Antonio in 2013. My first time visiting the city that I now call home. I performed on big stages like Central Park Summer Stage, the Montreal Jazz Festival, and even the famed NPR Tiny Desk concert. My songs were featured in hit TV shows like Breaking Bad, Sons of Anarchy. I still get royalty checks to this day. They're very small. The thing about being a musician is that people only see the glory of when you are on stage, in hair and makeup, well-rehearsed. What you don't see are the hours and days spent in a practice room alone, the rejections from clubs, the 14-hour drives between cities in a van. My 15-year music career taught me consistency and resilience. The only way you get good at something is by being bad at first. And one day my manager said, "Have you ever thought about making kids' music?" I thought, what even is that? But as a new mom, I figured I would give it a shot. I decided to make it bilingual, to give it an educational edge. And this band started getting more gigs than my main band. It turns out that parents need fun things to do to take their kids to that don't suck. And this band taught me another important lesson I would later need as an entrepreneur: how to build something for an audience. You see, most artists create from a place of self-expression, But this band was designed with a purpose and for an audience in mind. In business, you call this understanding your customer. It's not about you, it's about who you are serving. But the industry changed. First, Napster, then Spotify. Suddenly, music was free or $9.99 a month. How would artists make a living? The only way would be through live shows. But then something else happened, COVID. And music careers ended overnight. All tours were canceled. Also at this time, I lost my day job, which I had kept for health insurance. And suddenly I found myself unemployed at the age of 44 with student loan debt, credit card debt, and a 13-year-old daughter to support. And as I stood in my parents' driveway, I stared at the Nopalera in their driveway, a plant I had grown up with my entire life and had honestly taken for granted. And I had a divine download. Why had no one created a beauty brand with the nopal as their star ingredient? I knew the only way I was going to be able to change my life and my daughter's life was to build a business. I would create a premium Latina beauty brand with the nopal at the center. It would be culturally bold, and its mission would be to change the narrative of the value of Latino goods in the market, and therefore us as a community. Because not everything premium and luxury comes from Western Europe. It could also be Mexican. And just like when you sit down to write a song for the first time, you start from the beginning. With zero experience in beauty, the products had to be something I could make myself, so I started with cactus soaps. Using recipes for aloe vera soap, I swapped it out with nopal. I was still an artist, I was just using a different paintbrush. I enrolled in formulation school online with my Amex, and I studied for a year. My kitchen became my lab, my house, my storage facility. I made the products myself for the very first year, not because I wanted to be crafty, but because I just didn't have any resources in the beauty industry. I only had myself and my desire to build. Fortunately, I also had a supportive partner. He was once my drummer and my bass player, and now he was my inventory manager. We would receive 50-pound blocks of cocoa butter to our Brooklyn apartment, haul them up the stairs, and use heating pads and large knives to cut them in our bedroom. This was my bedroom. We actually got rid of the bed. We grew out of our kitchen, and in a few months had to rent a basement apartment nearby that I turned into a full-fledged factory. Every soap had to be hand-poured and into custom molds and cured for weeks. Fast forward, my brand is now sold in hundreds of retailers all over the country and overseas. But prior to this brand, no one had put the words Mexican and beauty together. So we are changing the narrative and inspiring our community to stand in their worth. The journey has been hard, but it has taught me that one of the greatest gifts of life is getting to know yourself and your purpose. I learned that my purpose was not music. It's also not beauty. It's impact. Thank you.
So I don't know if you smell something familiar on me. Yes.
Smells like nopal. Oh, I can't. Can I say with the name? Okay.
I actually got your Discovery Trio at San Antonio Startup Week last year.
Oh, wow.
It was one of the party favors, and the one in the middle, Dulce de Cuerpo, is actually my favorite, and I ran out of it, so I need to get the full size now.
I have more.
But tonight I'm wearing Bosque Místico.
That's the top seller.
If you walk past me tonight and you're like, what is that smell? Bosque Místico, Nopalera. Okay.
Thank you. A commercial.
So I'm curious, getting into the beauty industry is an incredibly tough market to enter into. And you've illustrated that already when it comes to the inventory and getting all the ingredients and then creating the formulations and shipping and all of these things and logistics. But then there's also the why, the thing that keeps the wind in your sails. And something that I love and that I think is so timely right now is people really care about what's in their beauty products. People really care about what they're putting on their skin and in their body. And can you tell us more about the benefits of the nopal, or why did you want to choose this plant?
So the nopal to me is the super plant of all super plants. I think aloe vera gets all the love because it's easy to have on your kitchen counter, right? Everyone knows aloe vera, right? But the nopal, you can eat it. Mm-hmm. It's delicious. low glycemic food, by the way, great for digestion. Also, incredible to hydrate your skin and hair. So there's like la baba, which comes from the center of the pad, but there's also the prickly pear oil that comes from the seeds of the tuna, which is the prickly pear fruit, which is a very luxurious oil, actually. And you can make alternatives to plastics. People are making, there's also cactus leather. So I don't know any other plant that needs no resources. It grows in the desert, in the snow, in the mountains, in Asia, in Mexico. It grows everywhere. Doesn't need anything from you, right? It has been here before us. It will be here after us. And you can literally survive off of it. So I don't know, find me another plant that can do that. To me, it was just such a metaphor of versatility, of resilience. It's culturally symbolic. So it was really one of those things where when I had the idea, my first question was, why hasn't anyone already done this? We
were waiting for you.
Here I am.
We were waiting for you. I'm also curious, is there somewhere we can find your albums from before, those studio albums you mentioned?
Everything's on Spotify, $9.99 a month, of which I will make no money. So yes, I still have, I think everything's pretty much on Spotify. I have a lot of music videos still on YouTube. The NPR Tiny Desk concert is on YouTube.
And what was the name of the band?
Pistolera.
Pistolera.
Yeah,
okay.
And my kids' band was called Muna Luna.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready for your jazz prescription?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this is a song from saxophonist Gregory Groover Jr. He released an album titled Lullaby, and the tune I've selected for you is called Cactus Lullaby. And this is actually a saxophone and guitar duet. And the album, Lullaby, was created during the COVID lockdown. And it is a group of what he says, love songs and songs of people I love.
Thank
This is your
you.
jazz prescription.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.